I'm with the Capitol Center for the Arts and the Concord Theater. We're hoping to renovate beginning in July and reopen this place about this time next year, maybe a little bit sooner, hopefully. Anyway, step right across the threshold. We are keeping the Concord Theater tile work, so come on in, duck under the caution tape. So if you guys were here a month ago, this place was filled with all kinds of things and we've cleaned it out. So we're going to keep this entry door. This will be the main entrance to the theater. We're going to have a vestibule here though, so an inner airlock, if you will, because it gets cold in the winter and you don't want all that cold air in there. The ticket booth we're going to save. That's why it's still here. And I'll show you where that goes when we get up there, but it won't be down here. The new thing that we're going to have is a ticket window that faces the street. So when you're walking by the street, we'll have a window right to the street. You don't even have to come in, buy your ticket right there. Or you can come into the vestibule and we'll have a full box office. Let's go in a little further. And this is a great place to stop because I will show you sort of the outside plan. This is what it looked like in the late 80s, I think. The old marquee. Sadly, that no longer exists. It used to be United Shoe Repair on the other side of this wall, and this side building, the old tailor shop, is going to be taken out. The marquee was approved through a sign variance just a couple of weeks ago. A final architectural design review happens next month. All right, and we'll go in and we'll see this, except we won't see the chairs because they're not here yet. The seating system, the unique thing about this for us is all of these seats on the main floor retract, kind of like gym bleachers, except they are standard theater chairs. They just happen to fold in a unique way, and then each rise stacks one on top of the other. Down here, we've left plenty of room in here for 3 additional rows of portable seats, which will all be able to be removed to handle any size wheelchair. Plus, our elevator access will take us to the second floor, and we'll have handicapped or wheelchair accessible seating up in the balcony as well, something we don't have at the Capitol Center. All right, so here's a side view, and then we'll move on and actually see the space. So that's about the pitch of the rise. It's not quite a full stadium seating like in Red River, but it's not as gentle a slope as the Capitol Center. So you really will have better visibility from one row to the next. Instead of a projection screen and a projector, if the funds come through, we'll hang a 25 by 14 foot permanent screen. It's be LED. Technology has really come a long way, and that'll be a great backdrop for theater productions, rock concerts, and it'll broadcast our Met Opera and National Theater Live productions. Notice when we came in from the street, sidewalk level, right? And this is a fairly flat floor. But then as we get into the next space, it's going to start to ramp up a little. We're taking all of that out. And it's pretty much from street level to the stage is one flat plane. So there won't be a ramp up or a ramp down, no slope. So the second floor, if we look over here on the wall, this is the concept for the bar area up there. There's a performer in the upper right corner. All open, no posts, no columns, just totally open space. The bar area will service the whole building. And we do have a little cabaret stage that we'll put at that end. So in addition to doing the main theater, after the show, we could have a cabaret performer up there, singer-songwriter, open mic night, you name it. This will be a full kitchen and concession area. We will be able to have a small menu of hot food. The idea is small plates. We're not going to be a restaurant, but if you wanted an after-show bite or before show snack or something, it won't just be popcorn, peanuts, or a slice of pizza. We'll have actual real food. I can't have you go down too far, so let me lead the way. And if you all just kind of gather around in here. So we cleaned this out this last week. We had a free public seat giveaway. There were 499 theater seats in here. Our stage crew 2 weeks ago unbolted them from the floor, stacked them neatly, and then last Saturday I opened the doors at 7:30 in the morning because there were so many people out there. Had planned on 8 a.m. and by 8:18 it was pretty much done. So I thank everyone that came and took a seat. If any of you are here, thank you so much. So this space. The ceiling, unfortunately, is in pretty rough shape, as is the roof above it. And when it rains in here. So the curved ceiling is going to be taken out. We're going to beef up the roof structure, put the new roof on there, then we'll hang our lighting truss, and everything up there will probably just be painted black, new ductwork and HVAC system, because we want heat and we want air conditioning. The top row of the new balcony is where that shelf is below the projection windows that are cut out. There's a light socket up there. That's the floor above, sort of step down to have rows, and then by about this place, it will match up to the retractable seating. And the very cool part is we're maintaining, the original seating was 2 sections of seats, left and right, 10 seats per side. Our population has gotten a little larger over the years, so current code, we can fit 8 seats per side. When you come into the theater, you'll be going down the sides, assuming the seats are in place, right? You come out from under the balcony, go all the way to the front. Actually, where that row of seats is the front row of retractable seats. And you'll walk up the center aisle to get to your seats and to get to the balcony. So down here, this is the front edge of the brand new stage. Ooh, nice ring down here. I'm going to come forward. So the stage needs to come forward primarily because it was a movie theater. There are no dressing rooms back there. And performers kind of like to have a place to change and take a shower and hang out. So there will be a green room, 2 dressing rooms, a shared restroom with a shower, and of course we'll load in from the side in that alley between the 2 buildings. I can tell you briefly, the theater became a theater in 1934. Prior to that, it was the J.C. Norris Bakery, and Mr. Norris owned the green Victorian building to the right of us here. So he lived there and had his factory here. That was early 1800s. They made biscuits and other baked goods, and during the war, Civil War, they made hardtack for Union soldiers, put it on the trains, and sent it south. So the bakery, I think, closed up sometime in the 20s during, what would have been the Depression. In 1934, they reopened the building. They had renovated. I'm not sure how much of this space was bakery or was here, or how much they built to make the theater itself. If you know that, that would be great to share with us, but I don't have that knowledge in the top of my head. So in 34 it opened. The eventual owner, Teresa Canton, and her sister Lori Canton. Teresa started working here in 1934 for her father. He was partners with a gentleman from Manchester, and she was here to keep the books and keep the partner honest. She stayed here. They eventually bought the partner out. Her father passed the business on to her. She ran this place up until 1994. The last performance, the last movie that played in here was Andre the Seal. The first film, Oh my gosh. Paul knows this, and I've listened to his talk enough that I should know it, but it escapes me, yeah. He has a very interesting story about David Niven coming to this theater and having a discussion with Teresa about playing any of his films, and she had a quite witty retort to David Niven, basically saying that, oh no, your films wouldn't catch flies. And the way Paul tells it is much funnier. I'm paraphrasing. Single screen movie theaters were difficult to make any money at once TV came along. Everything, when the multiplexes started going on, it became very, very difficult. You had to be an owner-operator like Teresa was. And if you weren't willing to do that and basically spend most of your life just running a theater, then a single screen movie theater in a small town was a guaranteed loser. Now Arthur, when he acquired the building, to his credit, did not tear this place down. Could have become a parking lot, could have become all kinds of things. He was able to rent enough of the front space to keep up with the utilities and the property taxes. So that's why it's still here. So at any rate, this is our opportunity to bring a wonderful old building in Concord back to life. The rest of this street has been pretty much renovated. There's some wonderful old buildings, a lot of character here. And I'm very pleased that we're able to be part of it and hopefully make it a place that is bright and vibrant and people can come and enjoy great shows, music, theater, dance nights, and also rent it out as a party space for a retirement party or a birthday party. Everything and anything is what we will do. This project is $5.5 million. This was not what we were contemplating when we were going to expand our operation, so it is a stretch for us. One way to make this happen, and probably the only way to really make it happen, was to find tax credits. So there is a federal program, New Markets Tax Credits, and the upshot of it is, based on the project size, it's roughly 20–25% of the project cost is credit. So I think we're going to see 1.7 million in credits. There is a cost to getting those, so the net is closer to 1.4, thereabouts. And the rest of the money, Capital Center is raising. There's still some fine-tuning on the plans. The building permit has been applied for. We should actually have it by the end of this month. Demolition, because this floor comes out, and then we'll pour a concrete floor. All the demo work starts in July. I think the tentative target date is July 15th for the start, and 10 months after that will be done. So.